What's up, YouTube? What's up? It's King Gio in the house. I will put a little light over here a little bit, so it won't be too much light. Hold on. There we go. Not too much light, guys. What's up? What's up? It's King Gio in the house. This is my live. What's up, Brandon? What's up? It's the official King Gio live at 7 p.m. every night, all night. He's your host with the most. How you doing, Brandon? Last time we spoke like 2 hours ago, well, briefly actually. What's up, guys? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I can't complain, man. Redoing the little YouTube studio, trying to make it into a little YouTube studio. Well, I'm making it into a little office of mine, but back there, I'm gonna put. My son did the king, the crown, and I was gonna do a background with the green room and all that, but I want to be original. I want to do something different. I want people to go, yo, look at that nigga right there. Yo, he got a green room. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. North Carolina, man. YouTube is a business at home office tax write-off. That is true. I do concur. Gotta make that money somehow, right? Make that shit work for you. I'm surprised Joe hasn't gotten back to me. That's weird. Okay. It says here, WebMD says things that weaken the immune system. 13 things that weaken your immune system, and that's interesting. Well, today's topic, guys, is when will this end? Well, do we see an end to this? Well, we all know that the lack of sleep weakens your immune system. That is true. Anxiety, that is true. Low vitamin D, that is true. But it doesn't say how much vitamin D, though. You may know you need strong bone, low blood, but vitamin D also helps boost your immune system. You can get it in eggs, fatty fish, and fortified foods like milk and cereal. Sunlight is another source of vitamin D. Just after 15 minutes and raise on your hands, face, and arms. 3 times is enough. Certain medication, that is true. Like if you get prednisone, any steroids, you bring down your immune system down. I know they're talking about this thing for the last 2 years, but I'm not listening to that. I'm not gonna feed into that, because if you feed into that, you go crazy. Thinking that we're talking about yesterday that half the population would have to be infected, and half the population, we have 7.2 billion people. You're talking about 3.5, 3.78, maybe 4 billion people getting infected, and out of those 4 billion people, who knows who might die? I mean, those are just guess. They're taking a guess. It's like when they say, I don't know if you've been to it, but I've been to so many of them that they say, oh, hurricane, well, I'm Puerto Rico, oh, hurricane's gonna pass Puerto Rico. And we all shut her up and we all do this. And mind you, they got computers doing this. And all of a sudden, you wake up in the morning, nothing, no water, no nothing passed around Puerto Rico, because at the end, the wind went, the hurricane went this way, the wind took it that way. So this is just people saying things that there is no evidence this is going to last 2 years. We don't know that. They don't know that. They're just speculating about what they see that's happening. But I'm not gonna say yes. That could be it. Think about it this way: SARS one lasted what, a year and a half, and only 61,000 people died in the. I think the whole world, but I think 61,000 people died in a year and a half, and this alone is taking away 61,000 people in 4 months, 3 months and a half, 3.5 months. So yeah, you got to stay positive. I don't. Me personally, this is the way I think. I don't believe in polls because when they do a poll, they usually they randomize people. They out of 100 people, people say yes, 50 people say no. So those 50 people. We're talking about 3.5 million. I mean, we're talking about 330 million people that live in the United States. We're not talking about the 70s or 80 or 90 million people who are registered voters. You're talking about not even a percent of 1% that you do. Now if you ask, last year how many people? 2016, there was 63 million people voted. You ask for those 63, which is 33 million, about why they feel that that's different because those are registered voters. But that because you're asking half, but you're asking 100,000 people out of a population of millions. No, and then you assume, well, this is gonna last 2 years. This is gonna last this. This is gonna last that. I mean, it's scary to know. I mean, I'm not doing the vaccine. I mean, I did the flu vaccine because of my HIV, you know, to protect myself. But it is just weird. I'm not. Me definitely. I'm not getting no vaccine, and I know that they better not be. They better. I don't even know why Fauci and Gates are saying, or they even suggesting that it should be mandated. Whose music is that? You heard about a meat shortage? Yes, I heard about the meat shortage. That I don't care. I become a vegan.
You go door dashing today?
The day's too nice outside Ecuador, actually. What is that music? Hold on, Brandon. Yeah, I heard that. So Tyson is saying they're gonna be will have a shortage, and other companies. But I eat anything, bro. I don't mind eating a vegan vegetable. I don't mind doing that. I'm used to it. And if I'm not used to it, I'll eat something. But I'm not gonna starve. You crazy? It's just every day we hear about the COVID. Now, yesterday there was something about that COVID place with the heart. There was this doctor. She never had a heart problem, and then she recovered okay, and then now she's starting to get. Now she has a heart disease. Kids coming out with skin problems. I mean, so many things. I mean, It's just incredible, man. It really is. I mean, there's something fishy. I didn't know there's something fishy going around here because when it happened with Ebola, Ebola came out quick, and within a month or two, they found a cure for it. Obviously, something's going on. Something is, because we can't. This can't be, I just, it's hard for me to fathom that a country let something like this happen. Hey, what's up, Ray? How's your sister, buddy? We just. I live in a small town, so here we've only got 26 cases and only two deaths, and those were older people. But that doesn't mean that it can happen to any of us at any given time. You never know. But the advantages of living in a small town is that you don't have too much traffic. She's getting over it. Is she doing your remedy? Is she doing the vitamin C? She's doing the probiotics. Or she's just roughing it? All right. All right. Do they still have fevers or no fever? Gracias. Ya tráeme un cargador que está en uno de los closets. Un cargador que está en los closets allí arriba. De los nuevos. Her and her husband are almost over. You not saw that. Well, that's good, man. It only lasts, from what they say, it only lasts for a few days. Well, not a few days. Maybe 11 days, 12, 15 days. Very little fever. Just still really weak. Okay. Allá afuera. En la pequeña, la covacha pequeña, vas a ver arriba. A ver como 4 o 5 cargadores nuevos. Sorry, guys, I'm going to eat something. Gracias. My wife burnt the hamburgers and she knows that I like it medium rare. Mi amor. ¿A dónde están ellos?
Ya está, ya. Está sirviéndose los hamburgues de ellos, que ya están hechos también.
Te lo tengo una foto.
No, espérate.
Oh, so the kids have no sign, but have they been tested? Guys, whoever's coming on the show live or whenever you come on live, I mean, if you come on the show later on, the gentleman right there, Ray Robert, is a ex-COVID patient, and He went through COVID. He went to the. I mean, he did all the. He did everything. Now, una nueva chica esta ya no sirve. Now his daughter and his son-in-law are also going through COVID. So for those guys who are listening to these horror stories of people unfortunately dying, there are those who are surviving, who are recuperating, who are recovering from this. So there's no need to get scared, people. There's no need. I mean, I guess somewhat you can be some scared. I guess I got a virus, and you're hearing all these things, but remember that when you get scared, you weaken your immune system. And you don't want your immune system to be weak. What's up, Axelrod? What's up? Yeah, you gotta hear about good endings, bro. You can't. Everything is not all bad, bro. You know. We got COVID. Okay, we got COVID. We got COVID. Let's talk about people who has been recovered. See me, when I see a person that tells me they're 20 years, they got 30 years in HIV, I applaud them because I've been HIV positive for 17 years now, and I applaud them because they're survivors of what before. If anyone ever knew what AIDS, if kids now see what AIDS was 30 years ago, they wouldn't be fucking around like the way they do now. But they see us all healthy, they see us like this, they see like that, but they don't know what those people 30 years ago went through to be where they're at today, 15, 20 pills per day. So when I see them, I applaud them because it gives me something to look forward to. When I see someone that recovered from COVID, it gives you hope. Okay, people are recovering. People are recovering. There are some people who are dying. Just unfortunately, yes, but we gotta think of the positive. All I know is that I'm not getting vaccinated, and it mandated. And if it means that my kids got it, and they say mandating my kids, then I'll take my kid out of school. One's graduating this year. It's unfortunate because he's looking forward to his prom. He's looking forward to a lot of things, and they're not going to do it. Everything's going to be virtual now. So it's kind of sad. So we gotta look at it. We gotta look at the bright side to everything. Everything has a bright side. As unfortunate it may sound, as unfortunate as it may be, we do have a bright side for everything, bro. We always always before anything, always put your trust in God. Don't doubt God. Don't say, God, if you're a God, why is this happening? Why do you let it happen? Why? Don't question him. Things happen for a reason. This was unfortunate that it happened. This has to be governmental. China has to be held accountable for this. In any country that was in cahoots with them had to be accounted for. Now the Fauci's going to go in front of the Congress. I think it's next week. Wow. So yeah, Axel, I bought a little small table. I bought a little small lamp. You see that like this? Like this, right? So I have it here. But I have my little clock here. Look at my clock. Look at my clock. You see? I have my little clock there. I got a little office, you know. I have another chair here, but I don't have no guests. Or I could be my own guest, a schizophrenic guest. That'd be cool. Sorry. So how's your day, Axel? What did you do? Axel, can you hear me? Is everybody gone? Well, anyway, today's title is The End. All right. When will this end? When will we get rid? Or if not rid, when will we see the decline of cases when you could say, because we all know the flu season's here, the flu season gone, it goes, it comes and goes. And you hear about deaths here and deaths there, and you hear about, but this is every day now. And you know, you're getting become part of your daily life. Sorry guys that I'm eating. Is that my boss didn't give me a break, so excuse me. So it'll be good to know what's in you guys' mind, to know how you guys feel when will this come to an end. No te preocupes, mi amor. Que ya me lo comí, eso está la China ya. You know? No need to worry. So let's see what on the news today that I can give you guys. Well, this Korean body scrub master makes 200,000 Ks a year just from rubbing your body, bro. Mansa was streaming 9 hours ago. Mansa, you got a piano? You got a nice background, Mansa. Is that your background or is that your pianos? Let's see this guy, what he says.
Finn, the smart way. Here's how it works. Finn uses state-of-the-art technology to monitor.
15 years ago, an American infectious diseases expert predicted a global pandemic like coronavirus would cause pretty much everything that we're currently living through. Dr. Michael Osterholm outlined a battle plan to get through it in his book Deadliest Enemy, Our War Against Killer Germs, set to be re-released next week. Dr. Osterholm, you've been warning about a pandemic for more than a decade, and yet from SARS to Ebola to now this very severe one, we keep getting caught by surprise and on the back foot. Why?
Well, I think, first of all, we really lack creative imagination. And what I mean by that is no one could have envisioned, so they say, all the constellation of things that have happened here, not just a virus crossing.
But we all should. But he said that no one envisioned. But we're living in a world of germs. You gotta be prepared for anything. I'm not gonna say, okay, we have to be prepared for X virus, because we don't even know if X virus exists. But we have to be somewhat prepared, like PPE. We have to have the best doctors in the world. So when something like that comes, in the best mind, they can think. It may not come with a quick solution that we all wanted to, but at least they be prepared. I mean, this guy saying, Dr. Osterholm, that he predicted a pandemic 15 years ago. I could have predicted a pandemic 15 years ago. And I can guarantee you, in the future, there'll be more pandemics. Like there's going to be more earthquakes, like there's going to be more hurricanes. That's stupid. How can you predict something that you know is going to happen? It may not happen now, but it's going to happen later. Because why? Because we live in a society where we got germs, we got bacteria. Something is bound to give. Something, eventually. So it's not Bill Gates. It's not this doctor. It's not that doctor. It's just common sense. Anyone with common sense will tell you that if you keep walking with your shoes untied, you're eventually going to fall. Right? So we live in a world where we got germs. We live in a world where we got bacteria. You live in a world that we have a little bit of everything. Once in a while, some shit is going to explode and it's going to hit the fan. Then we're not going to be able to explain, okay, how did this happen? How is it happening? How did this happen? But, so it's going, it's a pandemic. It's going to happen. It always has happened. Okay. But this is nothing new. So don't tell me that you predicted this, that you're going to come. You already predict this. You predicted, if you were to predict to say, listen, on this day, this is going to happen. That's a prediction. This is just an obvious observation of something that's going to eventually happen in the future. Plain and simple. I can predict a plane's going to fall. It's not going to fall now. It's not going to fall tomorrow. But eventually, one day in the future, a plane will fall. So that's not a prediction. That's just an observation of things that happen in this world, right? So to say that it's just ridiculous when I hear people say, "Oh, he predicted this." Bill Gates predicted that. Bill Gates, like any other person, he said that something like this was going to happen. And you could have asked Fauci, you could have asked anyone. I think if you would have asked Trump, he probably would have said, "Yeah, one day this is going to happen." No one's going to give you the name coronavirus, but a pandemic was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Maybe not 2 or 3 years after the SARS one. I mean, after SARS came out, right? We didn't know that was going to happen like this, because sometimes they can become predictable as time goes by. It may come out every 10 years, something new may come out every 5 years, something new may come out, but this one just came right after the other, like 2 or 3 years after. So that's the one thing you gotta be careful. And plus, these countries, you have to hold them accountable for it, and they have to, I don't care who they are, they have to be more transparent, because the minute China knew that this was happening, they should have just patient zero. Should have taken patient zero, isolated patient zero, and worked from patient zero. You can't kill all bats. Or can you kill all bats? And if you look out through history, most of these pandemics come from Asia. Most of them. So let me see what else this doctor had to say.
The impact that it has on healthcare, the fact that it also shuts down our global economy. And ironically, those are things we actually published back in 2005 in a series of articles I did back then. And then, of course, elaborated on our book in 2017, Del Enemies, where actually one of the chapters is a theoretical kind of scenario caused by an influenza virus, but it could very well be a coronavirus, which is exactly the very same. So we should have been able to consider this and be better prepared. We just weren't.
How close is what's happening now to that theoretical situation that you wrote about?
Well, actually, it's unfortunately very close to it. I theorized that this virus would show up in China, that it would start outbreaks there, that would be severe spread around the world, that we would see the kind of shutdown of the global economy as we've
Again,
seen.
he said
that it would overrun our hospitals, intensive care units.
Again, he said he knew that was going to come out of China. Yes, history dictates that most viruses, most pandemics, if you look at the history of pandemics, they come out of Asia. They come out of Asia. So that's nothing new. Again,
in many areas of the world. And then, unfortunately, the part where the chapter diverges right now is not really, in a sense, a difference. It's the fact that it just carries it out for what will likely be at least 16 to 20 months of ongoing illness occurring in our communities around the world, which is what an influenza pandemic would do. And I fear very much that reality will catch up with the fiction that I wrote in that book.
Is there any way that can be avoided?
Well, there really are only two avenues you can take right now. You might say that...
Mania, what's up? Thank you.
What we can do. One is we just try to basically shut down the world, much like was done, at least temporarily, in China, in Wuhan. And that, of course, would bring economic devastation to the world. I don't think it could actually really be done because people wouldn't stay in their homes for 18 months. The other side of the coin is one where we just say, okay, it's going to happen, and we let the cases unfold as they might. And then we're really in trouble because our healthcare systems around the world will fall very quickly.
Thank you, Manny, for those $20. Oh, man, Manny the man. You the man, Manny. You the man. Yo, I told you to call me. You didn't leave me your number, bro. You leave me the number for that pool thing. So Manny's spreading the love, bro. Manny's spreading the $20 love on the chat live. Let me see if I got it. Let me see if I got your email, bro. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Not only will millions of patients die, not just from COVID-19, but even from all the other conditions that they're not able to be adequately treated for, like heart attacks, strokes, asthma attacks, because of the inability of healthcare to respond. And we will lose many, many healthcare workers in that process. Now, I don't believe either of those are the right way. I think we've got to find a middle ground where we, in a sense, thread the needle with the rope and make that work, where we find a way to release enough in society of the younger individuals who are not likely to have severe disease, and particularly not likely to die, and that we actually start to incorporate them back into an active everyday life. And then when we have evidence that the virus is not circulating widely, we surely let other members of our society make the decision for themselves that they are able to come out some. And then as soon as we see that virus activity picking up, immediately we do the shelter in place again and try to squelch it. The whole thesis here is that we try to get to a time when we'll have a vaccine, which is hopefully 20 months or so away. And then at that point, then if we can vaccinate the world, we don't have to worry anymore.
So you have some kind of a limited lockdown that waxes and wanes?
Right. Until we have a vaccine, the only other way we're going to develop immunity in the population, and this virus will continue to circulate until we have a high level, is from getting the disease itself. And of course, with that comes all the serious illness, the deaths, and that's what we want to avoid. And so somehow we've got to figure out how we can get the most number of people.
New Zealand is doing that. New Zealand is doing herd immunity. In other words, they're letting the whole population get infected so they can so they can be immune to it. But what happens is that we don't, so they can get antibodies. We don't know for sure how long, if you have this, how long would it, how long it stays in your body. I mean, not how long it stays in your body, how long does the antibodies work? Like, influenza, if you get a vaccine, it'll help you out for a year or so. But for influenza, it's kind of hard to get it again if you get it. Like the measles, the chicken pox, once you get it, those are things that are kind of hard for you to get back again. Chicken pox and measles, right? Because your body already has the antibodies for it. But this is just new, so we don't know. So let's just say, like New Zealand. I'm showing you right now. Let me see where New Zealand's at with their herd immunity. Let you know, hold on, New Zealand. Okay, let me see that. New Zealand. So let me tell you what herd immunity really means from what it comes from the New York Times. What's the proponents of natural and herd immunity don't say? All right. So we're going to do this. I'm going to read some of it so you guys can learn a little bit of it, so we can learn each other. The coronavirus moves so rapidly across the globe, partly because no one had prior immunity to it. Failure to check its spread will result in a catastrophic loss of lives. Yet some politicians, epidemiologists, and commentators are advising that the most practical of action is to manage infection while allowing so-called herd immunity to build. The concept of herd immunity is typically described in the context of a vaccine. When enough people are vaccinated, a pathogen cannot spread easily through the population. If you are infected with the measles, but everyone you interact with has been vaccinated, transmission will be stopped in its tracks. You got that, right? So it says here the concept of herd immunity is typically described in the context of a vaccine. When enough people are vaccinated, a pathogen cannot spread easily through the population. If you are infected with measles, let's just say with measles, but everyone you interact with has been vaccinated, transmission will stop in its track. Vaccination levels must stay above a threshold that depends upon the transmissibility of pathogens. We don't know yet exactly how transmissible the coronavirus is, but say each person infects an average of 3 others. That would mean nearly 2/3 of the population will need to be immune to confer a herd immunity. In the absence of a vaccine, developing immunity to a disease like COVID-19 requires actually being infected with the coronavirus. For this to work, prior infection has to confer immunity against future infection. While hopeful, scientists are not yet certain that this is the case, or do they know how long this immunity will last. The virus was discovered a few months ago. Okay. And then it says, but even assuming that immunity is long-lasting, every large number of people must be infected to reach a herd immunity threshold required. Given the current estimates, suggest roughly 0.5% to 1% of all infections are fatal. That means a lot of death. So you're willing. This is the herd immunity. So you're willing to allow a lot of deaths to go, so your country can build an immunity to a virus that we don't know much about. That doesn't make sense. Like this guy said, a complete lockdown for 18 months, 20 months. We don't know. He's just assuming. We don't know this is going to last 18 months. It could be gone tomorrow. You just vanish. And then perhaps most important to understand, the virus doesn't magically disappear when the herd immunity threshold is reached. That's not when things stop. It's only when they start to slow down. Once enough immunity has been built in the population, each person will in fact fewer than the one other person. So the new epidemic cannot start afresh, but an epidemic that is already underway will continue to spread if 100,000 people are infected. At the peak, they each infect 0.9 people. That's 900,000. That's 90,000 new infections and more after that. The runaway train does not. The instant the track begins to slope uphill and rapidly spreading down. Okay, after herd immunity, that's something. That's something to something that you don't want to do. 17 minutes ago. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, you guys can learn some more. So we have the pandemic winner. It says here, all right, guys. The pandemic winner, will it be Sweden or New Zealand? It says the world has never conducted a human-centered natural experiment of a biological threat of this scope before. 3 billion people in over 80 countries, including UK, France, and most of the US states, among many others. Well, I just bounced. Among many others, some form of lockdown, with over 185 countries having reported 3 million plus COVID-19 cases. Yet in countries such as Sweden, elementary school, businesses, and restaurants are open. And in Belarus, the president is seen at hockey games and declares business as usual. To paraphrase Deng Xiaoping's formulation from the 1980s, we see the spread of one virus and at least two systems. Governments everywhere are facing a stark job versus death Hobbies choice. How long will the public tolerate lockdowns that paralyze the economy and limit essential social mobility? In response, many countries are seemingly lining up behind two unproven strategies based on contradictory hypotheses of virus behavior. This with a similar hopes that they can thread the needle by limiting the human to all acceptable levels, keep hospitals from being overwhelmed, and maintain vital economy activity. The first elimination hypothesis has been implemented on physical or virtual islands such as Singapore, Taiwan, South Korea, Iceland, and New Zealand. It is based on the presumption that the virus can be eliminated by a two prolonged strategy: stop importation at borders and ports entries, and reduce domestic outbreaks by stringent containment procedures. In countries such as the UK and the US, Italy, and Spain, where the virus has long escaped contained and mitigated phases, a variant of elimination models is developed. Cycles of suppression, lockdowns. I'm going to read all this. The second one is significant second and further resurgent waves of infections are likely if the importance of the virus or domestic foci reemerge. Armies of virus hunters tracking teams will need to be deployed on ongoing containment frightening. The second, which is what we talked about earlier, is herd immunity hypothesis. Is actively or implicitly practiced in Sweden, Mexico, and Belarus. I said New Zealand earlier on. I'm sorry. So it's not New Zealand. It's Sweden and Belarus. It assumed a virus that cannot be sealed off or contained. It is presumed to be best controlled to manage spread through the population, leading to progressive greater levels of acquired immunity. Since the virus cannot be identified, evaded, it is accommodated and gently accepted. It was initially slowing, then ultimately halting the spread through her community. That would be a good idea if it wasn't killing so many people, or if it didn't kill people. Which one of these mutually exclusive hypotheses is correct? The World Cup teams are now on the field, and real-world experience is being developed. I'll bet at an agonizing slow pace. The mortality under age 65 without pre-existing condition is one of the two orders of magnitude lower than those over the age of 75 and vulnerable. See, but that goes to what I was saying, because there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of young people out there who have no underlying condition and they've died. And there are also people which they haven't taken into effect that I don't know of, and I haven't heard of anything which would be interesting. I've seen people who had cancer 10, 20 years ago, and this kills it, and this killed the people. So, is that an underlying condition? Do you have to have a actual underlying condition like diabetes, high blood pressure? You know, because the the virus itself is acting so differently than other viruses, so you can't predict. And the funny thing is that just a few days ago, doctors in China found six new coronaviruses in bats. So my question is this: how did SARS one and how did MERS come out? Because those jump from animals to human. How did that happen? Because I know they didn't get bit by no bat. So these are things to think about. Guys, things to think about. As the song says, things that make you go home. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what's going on, man. We just hope. I just hope that this ends soon, man. Or something comes up and one of these this video works and they're saying that this drug has worked good with people who are really, really ill. But we need something that can catch it. Like if you have it, boom, give you a shot and stop from spreading. That's what we need. I heard some HIV medication is good, but those are just talks. So, nothing concrete because they haven't done enough testing. It's not enough time. Remember, you gotta test the person and then you gotta wait for see if the person has any reaction, and you gotta give it 3 to 4 weeks for it to go into the body for the body to get acclimated, and then get tested a month and a half later, see how it go, how's your sign going, how's your liver, how's your gut, how's everything in your body, has it replicated, all that. I know that takes time. But if they came out and said they have a cure for it on Monday or Tuesday, then I know that this was something government made. Meaning that if they figured the pandemic's already here, most of the people, many people have been infected, don't infect more people, then we just go with a vaccine. We've got the vaccine or we got the cure for it. So gotta be careful. I trust no government. They're corrupt. They really are. Every year something new. Every year, nothing fails. We start a year good, and then towards the end of the year. It says here China is encouraging herbal remedies to treat COVID-19, but it says China is encouraging herbal remedies to treat COVID-19. This was April 5th, but scientists warn against it. Both herbal remedies pose both direct and indirect risk to patients. Can they figure out how is it that the bats, when they're carrying this thing, they don't get sick? What do they have that the coronavirus doesn't let them get sick? That's something to look at. That is something interesting to look at. Huh. Could be right. Voting season. I think if they do something straight and they use cybersecurity, I think the best way to do to vote is to vote at home. Vote from home, but then you vote from home from a computer. You have to make sure that there ain't no hacking being there because the computers. I mean, hacking is easy if you know how to hack. Trust me. So no one hacks the Pentagon because they have a good system, but it can be hacked. That's just me saying any system that any computer system can. Let me reiterate that. Not just depending on any system can be hacked. Even if they put it on firewall, it was made by someone, right? So someone knows their weak spot, and someone who did that firewall knows that firewall's weak spot. So let's see what happens for November. Will you vote? I mean, we're only in May, so Manny, thank you for the $20, bro. I appreciate it. Paying forward, baby. You know how it is. All right, so this is for people who say Trump this and Trump that, right? This one says here, how many donate to your cause? I don't know. I haven't put a cause out there yet because I haven't had an organization. But many did 20 today. I think he did 20 yesterday. I think Brandon did something the other day. So far, I got two. I got 60. And that's without asking. Dime. ¿Qué? Yeah, no, I'm gonna get a. I'm gonna get a. I'm gonna get another. I'm gonna get another computer with a better cam. This is just an ancient Chromebook that I bought a year and a half ago. So it wasn't for the cam. The only reason that I got it was because not yet, man. I don't know how that works. The reason I got the Acer was because, the reason I got a Chromebook was because I like Chromebook over Windows because the updates, even when you turn off the computer, it updates itself. As to when you get a Windows computer, it updates and you have to wait for the update. Is that no? See that's too bright. You see that in the screen here? No, so YouTube hasn't paid me anything. I haven't seen it. They say it takes some months. I don't know. Oh, Chromebook takes out good pictures. But this is a cheap. This is a cheap Chromebook. But I bet you if I bought the other one, I forgot the name of it, which is much more expensive, and have a great camera. So I don't know the next book. The next one I get, either I get another Chromebook with a way better camera, or get myself a Windows. But like I said, Windows. When you download those Windows, the updates a pain in the ass. I know I still look ugly, boy. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Look, look. I'm gonna show you something. This was my hoopty back in 2011. I paid $800, close to $900 for it. Show you right now. I don't know about the Danish. I don't know how long that takes. They don't have. I don't know. That never. I haven't got. You see this right here? This is the HP 23-in-1. 23 inches, touchscreen, had everything. It still works, but it's just slow. It's 2011. I could upgrade it myself and make it and get it onto the Windows and all that kind of stuff, but I'm still thinking about it. If I upgrade it, I'm going to upgrade the camera too. The camera is going to cost me an arm and a leg. And that's where the conundrum comes in. I guess the donations. I guess those donations and all that kind of stuff comes with the money that YouTube sends you. I'm not sure. I haven't. Let me look into that. Look at this. They asked this Chinese doctor who's famous, right? He was for the HIV and all that. They asked him, "Is it too early to start reopening country to reopening the country?" He said, "Ho, this is his last name, Chinese. As a scientist, I look at data, utilize what data tells me. If you look at China and South Korea, which has had success in controlling the epidemic, they opened up once new case numbers reach zero or near zero. Now, life in Wuhan is not completely normal, but it's quite normal compared to the life that we all have here. If you look at Western Europe, Germany, France, and Italy kept the pressure on, and the curve continues to bend down. They're on decline, but Spain, on the other hand, as soon as they entered the decline, they let up. So that tells you something. The other situation is the informative is what happened in Singapore. Both countries have done pretty good job in initial phase in terms of keeping the numbers low. They had exceedingly low numbers compared to our daily numbers here. But then they tried to relax, and look what happened in Japan and Singapore. It's pretty substantial. It's a pretty substantial surge, and that is true. The other day, Japan locked down again because of they opened up too early, and that's what the United States is doing. Look at Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia, yesterday, the day before, had 1,000 new cases. You can't open up until you have zero. And I understand people want to waterwork, and I understand people. The government has to support them. The government has to do something with these people that have these businesses. This stimulus package of $1,200 is not going to do nothing. And if you keep everything closed, it's not going to do anything. I mean, me personally, if I was the president, I would lock everything down. Everything. I don't care. Civil rights movements. I don't care. I'm locking everything down because I'm taking care of you. I want my people to live. I don't want my people to die. How does that work? Let me see. So as I'm talking to you, let me see how does that work. Because if that could work, then I can do that too. Okay, I'm gonna hear him. See. Let me see. How do I collect super chat donations? Okay. He said there's a 30 days in the first finalization. So if you were monetized in January, March 15 would be your first finalization of revenue. If you monetize in February, you will see your first final in April. Deleting the streams is nothing to the donation gathered. I don't know. And then that didn't give me a right answer what I was looking for, Manny. No, Manny. Now they're doing. I think I read today, but I just read the title that they're doing vaccination or they're doing the remdesivir on 10,000 inmates. Ah, baby. There we go. Axelrod, thank you for the $10 on the super chat. Thank you, buddy. Much love, much love. Axelrod, my boy. So, yeah. So, they said on 10,000 prisoners. Let me look it up. Let me look at this guy because I want to make sure. I don't want to give you misinformation. That's what we're doing here. 10,000. Anyway, 10,000. Let me see what it says here. Well, 11 hours ago, the Philippines frees nearly 10,000 inmates as coronavirus hits. 10,000 inmates. I got to do this more specific. 10,000 get COVID-19 shot. Okay. Inmates advocate as a march. I know I saw something today about 10,000 inmates. Let me see if I get it in the news. Coronavirus had freed inmates from jail, angering some victims. Well, when I find it, I will put it on here because I know I saw it earlier on today. I just didn't read it. DeSantis, that's the mayor of the governor of Florida, says Florida has flattened coronavirus curve. I doubt that. So I was trying to get that, guys, but I haven't found it. But I know that I saw it today. Axel, thank you, and I will do my best, and I will do my due diligence to give out information as I see it, information as I go around by it. Like today, I was going to say something about the virus, right? I was going to say something that I didn't know that I learned. So, from my understanding, I know how the HIV virus works. I know that one of the reasons is that it's so kind of hard for it to find a cure for it is because it yeah, I can see that my YouTube statistic is because the virus mutates, right? So when the virus sees that it's being attacked, it shuts off. And when it shuts off, it hides in your lymph nodes and underneath here, and underneath your armpits, and it hides there and it won't come out until it knows it's safe to come out. But the one thing that I didn't know is that you can get rid with HIV. Let's say I have HIV and that person has HIV and that person's HIV is stronger than mine, and that person's HIV will overcome mine, and now I'm infected with that person's HIV. And they said that the reason that happens is because when they tried medication and they looked at 10,000 HIV cells, each 10,000 HIV cells had different strains. Not just one strain for all 10,000. Because if you have one strain for all 10,000, you can say, okay, fine, this is going to work for this one because one strain. But when you have 10,000, let's just say 10,000 HIV cells, and they all have a different strain, that's kind of hard. You're gonna be like, oh shit, if I give this one TVK, maybe Raditas won't work on this one. So that's kind of hard to do. But with medication, so some medication work on some things and some medication works on nothing. I know how medication works on some of them. Like I'll show you right now. Okay. This is what it is. Let's just say this is your, I'll show you better. So you guys can see how viruses work. Even the coronavirus, it does the same thing. Okay. Okay, so this is a T cell, right? This is a T cell. What is a T cell? A T cell is a cell in your body that helps you when your body gets infected or there's a stranger in your body. This T cell helps you fight that. So what happens with HIV is that HIV goes into this cell right here, right? There's some prongs, like prongs. It connects to those prongs. And once it connects to those prongs, it has to go inside, it has to invade this cell. But what happens is the cool part about it is that once it invades this cell, it goes around your body pretending to be a T cell, and it's an HIV cell. So what happens is that other viruses come close to it or they latch onto it, and boom, it gets it because the other T cell thinks this is a T cell, so I can go with it, and then it latches here. There's the same thing. So what my medication does is that mine and many others and some others do differently. Is that when the virus goes here, it needs to latch on the prongs, right? So some medication doesn't allow for that virus to connect to those prongs. So if it cannot connect to those prongs, that means it can't go inside that body, right? So if it cannot go inside that body, that means it dies. So once that cell dies and other cell dies, then some of the HIV cells like, oh, we're getting fought, so let's just shut down, and they shut down. And there are other medication that lets the virus latch onto the prong, but it doesn't let it penetrate inside. So if it can't penetrate inside, it means it cannot take over. So then that one dies. So your body's producing T cells every single day, and when your viral loads for HIV are this high in the millions, it cannot produce too many T cells because these T cells, these viral loads are taking over these cells, the one you're producing, right? So that's what happened. So the coronavirus is the same way. The coronavirus, the T cells is the host. So we need something to latch on. And once it latches on to that, it takes over that. And then it takes over that. But I don't know if it's the same thing like the HIV, that it has many faces that it can turn around, and it get camouflage. That's the word. It camouflages itself. Or the coronavirus, when it attacks all in one shot, and they'll take different spots. So that's what I don't know. But there are ways. I mean, hopefully they can find a way where these cells cannot attach to the T cells or to the host or to, because they've gone to the brain, they've affected people's lungs and all that kind of stuff. So it's good things to know. So, but that's how the virus works. So if you want me personally, a T cell needs oxygen. A cell needs oxygen in order to produce. So if the more oxygen you have, the more you can produce. So if you can do exercise for 10, 15 minutes a day, whether push-ups, walking, whatever it can be, and you're getting all that oxygen and you're getting oxygen to your body, you're producing cells. You're producing T cells. You are. I met a guy. I met a doctor one time. and he had a picture of a guy. Yo, I'm talking about. He was like this. He was Diesel, and he had HIV for 10 years. And he said, and I said, how did he? He said HIV positive. Yep. And he said, how's his T cells? He says his T cells are off the roof. They're in the millions, and his viral loads is in the million, and his T cells are regular. A regular T cell count is between 500 and 1,200 or 1,800. It can even be 2,000. It all depends which lab. Each lab has a different standard. So let's give it 1,800. So this guy had millions of viral loads. He had a million count of viral load. That means that's the count for the HIV. And his T cells, which is his helpers, he was that normal. And I asked him, how's that possible? He said, exercise. The kid does exercise. So as I look into it, it's true. Your body cells needs oxygen in order to produce. So the more oxygen you have, the more you can produce. So a little every day, a little cardiovascular or a little walk here and there to get that body pumping and get that thing going, it works. It really does. Trust me, it does. I need to work out because I need to lose weight because I'm at 220 and I'm only 5'9", so I gotta find a way to keep these candies away, and so I don't eat much as I used to. Ever since I stopped drinking, I substituted food for alcohol, and I was giving a lot of Ensure, bro, and the Ensure, oh man, that got me fat. I used to eat plato de arroz in the morning, boom, Ensure, breakfast, lunch, boom, with whatever I eat, boom, Ensure, dinner, boom, Ensure, before I go to sleep, boom, because I used to get the Ensure for free. And I love the strawberry ones. Ooh. I would drink a whole box of Ensure like in a day and a half. And then from Ensure, they transferred me to Boost. Same shit. Different company. I think Boost is done by Hershey. Someone said great movie on bad TV. Honestly, they're wrong with whatever that person means. Yo, if you guys get a chance, that movie Extraction, it's on Netflix. Pretty good movie with Chris Hemsworth, something like that. Thor. I showed the other day with the family. It's a pretty good movie. I won't tell you it, but when you guys see it, I want to ask you something. Because my son asked me a question, and I answered him. And my wife was like, whoa. And I said, baby, it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Well, you saw the movie, Extraction, Axel? The thing in the movie that you see, you're like, oh, wow. Oh, what is it? Oh, you're asking what's Extraction about? Extraction is about an ex-soldier who is in a team that extracts people from one place. He gets paid to extract people from one place to another. If you get kidnapped, okay, like a coverted job, and his job was to extract a mobster's son who was kidnapped, and then blah 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 blah. But it was a good movie. It's a lot of action. Not like that Bloodshot from Van Diesel. I don't like watching Van Diesel. I mean, he gives. I mean, I am a movie buff. I love movies. I'm very picky with my movies. I don't like B movies. Depending on some B movies, I might watch, but I'm not like that. I like good acting. You know, you don't have to be Robert Redford or Al Pacino or something like that to act good. You know, you just got to be a good actor. And you don't have to be famous for me to watch you. As long as your acting is good, and you can have a great storyline, but bad acting, and that's horrible. You know. But I cannot watch. I cannot watch a Van Diesel movie. I cannot. I don't. I don't like Van Diesel. I don't like what's this guy's name? Adam Sandler. I don't like him. The only good one that he made was the last one that he made with Diamonds. That one was pretty good. And that's the only one he's made. He's been very serious with. Um, Adam Sandler. What's his buddy from? You know, the joking buddy from SNL. He was with him too. Shit, I forgot his name. But you know who I'm talking about. I can't. That's not even good acting either. Well, my theory on that, what I think about those not using protection, I think those people who are not using protection are very irresponsible. It's irresponsible to think to say I'm going to catch it anyways. That's not the way to think about it. Um, you suppose there are. I've heard people who have gotten the virus despite using protection, despite using masks, using the gloves, using this, using that. You know, so I think it's irresponsible for people to do such things. You should wear a mask just to protect yourself. Just for like you said, you could be asymptomatic and not know it and pass it on to somebody else. You know, and then you don't know how that person can react. It could be too that maybe someone wants to kill their parents for insurance money. Like, oh, go away! I need this insurance money. You can't prove me. You know, can't prove it. You can't. You cannot prove insurance fraud if your parents died of coronavirus and you're the recipient. You're the heir of you're the of the insurance. Jimbo, what's up? Cool, $2. I want to appreciate Axel. I want to appreciate Jimbo. I want to appreciate Manny. Where you been, Jimbo? You've been Jimbo. If you take that cool and you turn the words around, it says local. Well, everybody's supposed to be receiving them by now, but no, a lot of people have not received it. Puerto Rico is starting to receive it now because the IRS approved it yesterday or something like that. After David Begnell made a report on it. That's good, Jimbo. So if you're busy with the family, forget about me. Thank you for the $2, bro. Paying it forward, baby. Paying it forward. So yeah, families first, bro. Don't worry about that. So Puerto Rico now is getting the stimulus package. Ain't that much to catch up, Jimbo. Oh, look, I got a new haircut. You see? I am only the creme of the creme can get this. This is specially done by Gio. By me. And nobody else. So yeah, plus and also my daughter got in this room, so I'm taking this room as my YouTube room. I bought that curtain today. Sorry, I bought that curtain today, and I'm not gonna do. I was thinking about doing a green room and doing all this kind of stuff, but original, bro. I don't want to be like nobody else. I want to be original, and I think adding something more to this, it's me. I'm not adding a green room. I think putting a little bit more touch of this, which is not no green room, but putting something that I mostly like that's me. I don't want to be like nobody else. You know. Well, PR does pay property taxes, Axel, but it goes to a certain amount. If your house is worth more than, I think, more than 100,000 or $200,000, your house pays property taxes. You're supposed to pay property taxes on houses. You're supposed to pay property tax on the house, and if you don't, and if your house does not reach 200,000, if your house is not worth 200,000, and then you have to pay 20% of what your house is worth. But they don't enforce that, which I guess is good, right? Because that's the good thing I like about that part. Because here I can live in this house, I can buy this house today, and my taxes are 592. And if I miss 1 year or 2 years of taxes, they'll take away this house because of that. Puerto Rico, you don't pay no taxes. That's it. The only thing they'll do to you is that if you don't get the title of the house, they won't give it to you. And if you try to sell the house, you can't sell it because they no taxes. But it's still yours. They can't take it away from you. You know I support you in all you do. Nice cut, bro. Hey, my girl is my barber. Yo, what it works, bro. When this was just a machine. I'm not gonna go like this. I don't have time for that, bro. And I think I'm gonna keep it like this, you know, for a while. I haven't done the back yet. My son's supposed to do the back because he likes to do it. So I haven't not got the time. He's in the middle of the world. You know how 18-year-olds are. But if I tell him he'll do this for your dad, he'll come up quick and he'll do it. Yeah, I used to cut hair in jail, bro. You know, I'm fucked up. I used to have a sign that said white Sony, but I used to cut hair with a razor because you had to go to the barber shop and so fuck that. And I had to make money for commissary, bro. So I put white Sony, right? So the black guy came in, yo, Jill, can you cut my hair? Like, nah, man. Don't you see the sign white Sony? Like, yo, you being racist? Like, nah, it's not being racist, bro. It's that you morenos, your hair. Yo, this is a razor, bro. This is to shave your face. You got that hair. I didn't want to diss and say nappy and that, but you got that kind, you got that hair that if I put this there, it's gonna fuck up, and then you and I are gonna be fighting because this is gonna stay stuck in there. I don't want that shit. So this white boy's hair, this Chinese hair, they all soft. It's all well cut, blah blah blah. Take the comb, and that's it. But you gotta work hard. They gotta fight you. No, white Tony. Well, man has a great video on PayPal account, but for what? For cash? I mean, for super chat. Well, Orocovi, let me tell you something, Jimbo. Orocovi is a nice place. Has a lot of mountains there. I will tell you one thing, buddy. Don't do like most tourists do. Do what I do. I go to places where most people won't go to. Let me tell you something. I've seen places in Puerto Rico that you'd be like, wow. You'd be astonished at the beautiful places that Puerto Rico have. But everybody, they want to go to San Juan, or everybody wants to go to this beach. But no, you go to Puerto Rico, that's a lot of places. I went around the island with my wife, and I went to Yauco. Yauco has nothing, but it has people talk about they have good coffee. So I went there. I went to the plaza. I sat down, bought myself a cup of coffee, and it was good. So to every town that I went to, I try to do something different. I try to eat their home food, but everybody doesn't have that. But just if you go to Orocovis, go to Morovis, go to if you go to Vieques, you go to Culebras, go there are other the inland, you go to the mountains. You got rivers in Puerto Rico that are great to go to if you can go to, but actually, can you connect PayPal to your thing? Because let me see, because it goes to, I know it goes to AdSense. Let me log into AdSense. Let me see. Next navigate to yeah. This is community center. Login access. AdSense. Shannon. You use PayPal? Okay. Well, AdSense. Here you go. So far. Today, so far, 0. Last 7 days, 0. Yesterday, 0. This month, 0. Balance, 0. Clicks, 125 minus impressions, whatever that means. Then do it, bro. Do it. Yo, the best time to go to Borovis, yo, to Orocovis. When you say you plan to go? Let me see. Hold on. Well, the best time that I enjoy Puerto Rico is around October and January because it gets that breeze. And if you go to those mountains, like you see your friend has a house in the mountains, so that breeze in the Orocovis, it's well, that's good. They him and his brother own the houses. If you go to Orocovis and you go like to Adjuntas has a high mountain. You go to Adjuntas, you go to Orocovis, you go to Orocovis, and you go to the mountainside, man, in the winter time, like November, December, January, you get that breeze. It becomes 80 degrees, close to 90 during the day, and then at nighttime it goes down to 60, 65, even 59, 58, and that's a breeze, and that's a nice breeze. Oh, that's what I like about it. Let me see. So we see. Oh, okay. This is what it says here. It says here how you get paid. You don't need a payment method until your earnings threshold has been reached. And it says here my earning threshold is 100. So I haven't reached 100 yet. And then I guess when you get your earning threshold, you get payment profile, tax exemption, United States, name Giovanni Guzman. Receive all payments, manage payment. Okay, manage user name, memory account. YouTube analytical. So yeah, that's what it said. The threshold of 100. Look, it says here, look, payments. She says you're earning. Right here. Oh, a minute. It says paid monthly. The total is at least $100. Your payment threshold. You have reached 0 of your payment threshold. Payment threshold is 100. Transaction, you have no transaction. And then it says how you get paid. It says you don't need a payment method until your earning threshold has been reached. So I'm wondering, all these people that send the you guys that send in the money and stuff like that, it doesn't even show you, it doesn't automatically show here. That takes days or what? Thank you, Jimbo. Thank you very much. Mama say. Like I said, look, I said this before and I say it and I would say it again. One person earlier on, a few days ago, not earlier on, 3 days ago said, King Gio, you're losing your subscribers, because I used to have subscribers. I mean, I used to have my live, used to be like 20 or 30 people inside, right? What was the, I don't know, what was the question, Axel? So and then they said, the guy told me, you're losing subscribers because you got off of what got you to where you're at now, which is Omi. But I said, I can only do Omi for so much. You know, Omi's played out. I mean, I said what I had to say about Omi. I said that he did not get rated. I apologize, not because he didn't get rated. I apologize because they took away. I said they didn't take away his cars, which they took away the cars. So I apologize for that. But as far as the rate is concerned, that never happened. All they did was confiscate. They confiscated those cars. And most of those cars, if you see the log, most of the cars are under somebody else's name. It just says Omar Carrasquillo, because that's it was found at his place. That's what it says. It says right there. In the place of but on the left, owner is blah 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 blah. So all those cars were not his. So he did not get rated. So then after a while, you get to say the same thing over and over again. It's just stupid. So those people that subscribe, so I prefer having 5 subscribers that's going to be with me in and out, 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 you know, even if it's for an hour, 2 hours, every day. They're having 1,000 people come in and just go there because the Omi's there and then just leave and not come back. You know, they leave. Google can't find anything, the subscription with them. But I want to reach an audience. I want, if there's 1,000 people that subscribe, I want 1,000 people to be alive. So the reason that I do these lives, everybody's lives is different. Or the only reason I do this live is because I like educational stuff. I like to educate people. I love comedy. I love to do a comedy sketch. I haven't done. I want to do an improv on a comedy show one day, maybe 5 minutes. I want to do all that. But this channel is primarily for to people to vent, to people to learn, to people to even to chat. Even if this chat was to meet a girl or a girl meet a guy, it's all cool. That's what the chats are for, you know. But it's more like I want people to learn. Like some people don't have CNN, some people don't have this, or some people want another view. I mean, a point of view from someone like you or me, that with normal people. I don't have to sit in front of the computer and read from a teleprompter for me to say something. No, I say what I want to say. I can't be censored. And so if I offend someone, I apologize. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm hoping, Jimbo. Rome was built in a day, right? So that's what I'm, that's what I'm thinking. And trust me, I've gone after people to try to see if they will go on my show. I even wrote to Mike Tyson, bro, to see if he would give me a one-on-one. And in my shows, if I was to get on Mike Tyson, I would never talk about, your arrest, you're accused of being raped. No, I would never talk none of that shit about it, because that's irrelevant. My thing would have been, how did you feel coming up from the streets and being the #1 boxer and doing that, and how does it feel now be doing your own iPod and your podcast and doing all that kind of stuff? That's what I would focus. I wouldn't focus on the negative things, because that's the past, and I don't bring up the past. And you see, most of these people they have a tendency to do that. Yeah, that's what I want. I want people to support me. I want people, even if they don't like what I say, at least you on the show, because I call this show. This is our show. And I want people to say, yo, Gio, I think you're wrong. Blah. Good, that's good. I'm wrong. That's good. We all have the right to different opinions, right? And that's the beauty of it. You know, I'm not gonna stay here. I'm not staying here and argue with you. I'm not gonna offend you. I'm not gonna do none of that. Thank you, Jimbo. Thank you. And I appreciate it. I appreciate what you actually did, the 20, the 10, and Manny's 20. That's good. I appreciate that. It goes, from the heart, Yes, about debating. It's that's why countries go to war, because they don't talk. They don't talk. One thinks is bigger than the other one thinks is better than the other one, and you don't dialogue. Let me tell you something, even though this might be funny, but if this country and other countries if they were run by women, it'd be a better country, because you don't have that bickering back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. My dick is bigger than yours. No. Look, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do for the country. This is what I want. Another girl back, this is what I want. This is the way it should be. This is what I want. I'm gonna give you this, you give me this. I'm gonna give you this. And there's no squabbles. We don't need to squabble, because we all share the same earth. We all share the same air. We all share the same water. There's no need for this greediness. But man has been like that since the beginning of time. With Cain killed Abel. Cain was jealous of Abel because God gave him all the praise. And what did God say? I give him the praise because he brings me the best. Whatever he gets of the first thing he gets, he brings it to me. You don't. You just bring me whatever you want to bring me, and that's it. And but he doesn't. He does his best to bring me the best. And that's why Cain killed. That's why Cain killed Abel. The jealousy. Yeah, Axel's been with me to the beginning of time. Man, Axel and I one time went an hour and a half talking about the old days, about popcorn, about gums that we bought when we were kids, and it was just him and I, and that was I had a lot of fun because he brought back a lot of memories, man. Thank you, Jimbo. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me. Now, women and moms would not send their kids to war. No one would send their kids to war. Why would you want to go to war? What do you accomplish in a war? That you're better than me, or that I'm better than you? I mean, in some places, you have to, because you don't want something to get out of control, but you don't go defend every country there is out there like the United States does. They go policing everybody. You got to take care of your own first. First, take care of your own. But I'm going to show you something. Look at this shit. Then Trump said when he became president, they were going to bring jobs back. And that was 3 years ago. Look, this shit made in India. This gun made in Mexico. And these are I bought these today. This clock. Hold on a minute. This clock don't say shit. And that lamp, I'm not even gonna guess. I have to lift it up. So where is made in America? Yeah, that's why I keep. That's why I'm proud of me, Jimbo, because I've come a long way. My wife and I have come a long way. My wife is from La Perla, Puerto Rico, bro. One of the poorest parts of Puerto Rico there is. And I can tell you her story, but I'm not going to tell you her story because that's her story to tell. I can tell you my story. And we've come from bad backgrounds as far as places that we grew up. And we had to go from Puerto Rico to New York, and then from New York, I had a dream, I had aspirations in New York. That didn't work out, and then I said, so let's move. And look now, we got a house. We bought a house. We're fixing it. Inside's great. We're fixing the outside little by little. She's making it into a little commode. She's doing gardening. Yesterday we put a tent because we had a When we moved in, the gentleman left us the stove, the refrigerator, everything basically brand new. But the stove was electric, and it's downstairs in the apartment downstairs. And my wife is handicapped, so she's not gonna walk down the stairs. So when we moved, we thought we had a gas pipe in the kitchen. And when the guy came, we didn't have a gas pipe, but we didn't have the money yet. So then yesterday, no, 2 days ago, they came. They put a 57-gallon tank outside. So now we bought an oven that we paid for. So now she has an oven there that she can cook there. She can now she's doing, she's doing her baking, because I bought a lot of stuff in New York to bake. And that was a good chance for her to bake because we didn't pay no gas down there up in New York. No gas, no gas was included. But now, and this is the thing, the coronavirus has gotten her closer to God, which is a great thing, right? The coronavirus has gotten her to the point that now she's cooking. Not that she didn't cook before, but she did. But she's doing what she enjoyed. What she wanted when she came here to the States. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to learn how to bake. But now she's doing it now. Maybe she's afraid of going outside, so she's doing it now. So that's great. That's all those things are great. So I don't mind staying in the house. I don't mind staying, because several things I quit my Walmart job is because I didn't want her. She was getting sick. But my kid's working and I'm working, and she didn't want none of us to get sick. She knows my condition. So for me not to worry her, I said, you know what, then I'm gonna quit. And plus, Walmart was not giving me no PPE, so I'm gonna fuck myself up over Walmart. My family comes first. So I stood home, and that's what I've been doing. I've been staying home. I've been doing DoorDash here and there once in a blue moon, but it's not something that I said, okay, fine. But this is where we're at now. And I want to put this video, I want to do a video one day and tell people, if I can make it, me, Gio, in buying a house, then you could too. All you gotta do is just put your mind and your effort to it. You don't have to buy a mansion. Something you call your own. Yeah, that's true. And it's so true. We are doing great in our own backyard. Yeah, man, I go to my backyard. This guy left me. He left me a fire pit, for the branches. That's cool. The neighbor has that too. And I have a barbecue pit. I don't have to buy a barbecue. A barbecue. I just go in my pit. I got the thing. I'm gonna show it to you. Maybe I'll do something tomorrow. And I just do it there. Just get the coal. Boom, boom. That's it. I got a furnace downstairs. It's for the room downstairs. I go to my backyard. I can do whatever the hell I want to. I don't have no fences. My neighbors are old, so they don't. They keep to themselves. When they're good neighbors, my front door neighbors, they're good. They don't stay outside, looking at the people and none of that. So it's good, and I like my neighborhood. I like that I moved here. I don't. So far, I don't regret it. Everything is literally everything is 10 minutes away. Walmart, the doctors. I don't have to go far. Yeah, I know, man. It feels good. It feels kind of eerie when you have to replace something. I have to. Oh man, my sink broke or two. I don't know what's going on because I spent $700 on PVC on PVC, bro. Had I known anything about that, I would have done that shit myself. When I saw him do it, I was like, what? I ain't dumb. I could have done that, but I can't move my hands. I can't tighten up. My arthritis real bad. So I did that. So I know that's taken. I know. So that part is taken care of. I'm gonna do the sink downstairs. My septic tank. I took that out. Not out. I cleaned it out like a month and a half ago. So I don't have to worry about that for another month. For another 4 or 5 years, right? The only thing, my concern is the backyard is that it's too soft, and there's drainage coming from one part. If I show you one time, from one part it goes from the street, it runs inside the ground, and it goes out somewhere. So that part, some of it's soft, and around the owner, my neighbor owns some cows. He has behind us is a farm. He has a land there, and some of that part is soft too. So I'm like, why is this so soft? This shit gonna sink one day? But it's has been here for 1952, so I doubt that. But I would like to get that ground tough, because I want to get myself a shed. Those sheds that look like houses, and those are nice. I want to get that because my son loves to dance, and I want to take my son. He got a little studio. Well, he's downstairs, so he can dance all he wants downstairs. Or I can fix it up, and my wife and I can go there on dates. Pretend, or let's leave the kids behind. And, let's do our, let's go on our date, and we go to the little shed, the house shed, and we sit down and talk. It's good. It's good to when you're married that you do different things. That monotony is not good. So I try to do different things with my wife. To keep up the spice. And she doesn't have a sense of humor. She said one of the things she loves about me is that I always make her smile. So which is good. So I try to bring that. I do different things with my wife. We don't stay. Oh, I love you. That's it. We do different things. Like she's crazy. She does crazy stuff to me. I do crazy stuff to her. We don't prank each other that much because she likes to prank, but she knows that I get her back. And she's like, no, I was gonna do something to you, but then if I prank you, then you're gonna prank me. And your prank's kind of hard, and I don't want to wake up with no eyebrow. And I'm like, I won't do that. But it's good. It's great to have your own house, man. It's actually great. I mean, I got my insurance in the house. I got house insurance. I got appliance and home insurance. It's home insurance is a pain in the ass because sometimes they don't fix what you really want them to fix. But in some cases they do. Like my sister, she had to get her AC rebuilt because it wasn't really fixed. I mean, it was old. I don't know if it was old because the house looked brand new. But they replaced her whole entire AC. My AC still has 4 years in its parts, which is like another thing. I gotta call on Monday so I can put those parts under my name. And little by little, this room is gonna be my daughter's, but it's still hers whenever she wants to come home. But for now, it's my YouTube room. And then you have some idiots like 2 months ago, somebody said, "But Gio, that's not your house because you got to pay the bank." But who gives a shit? Yeah, I'm happy. Yo, you should have seen me the other day, last week when I was cutting my grass because the one who used to own the old man that owned this, he left his truck to cut grass. The little lawnmower, and it's a pretty old one. It's not that old, but it's pretty good. So you see me cut. I never cut grass like that. So you see me cutting grass like that every 2 weeks, and you see my face, and I thank God. I say thank you, Lord, for everything you've done for me. I give Him thanks every day. And cutting my lawn, you see me when I'm done, and that grass is real flat. And you see that green. Nothing looking better than that. Then the other day, I bought a bench. So I'm gonna show you the pictures of it later on. I put up so you can see the park bench. I put a park bench. So I'm taking little spots here and there, and I'm going to give them a memory. The park bench is going to be a memory from my wife's niece that passed away from cancer. The back of the shed is going to be a horse racing agency like they do in Puerto Rico. It's called Hipica because my father used to love horse racing. My mother too, but my mother used to be more of a drinker. So we're gonna put the Puerto Rican flag. We're gonna decorate this week with the Puerto Rican flag, and it's gonna be my mother's and father's name, agency, horse agency. And then the back of the house I have a little, pretty big for flowers stuff like that. I'm gonna put my mother-in-law who passed away 3 years ago of cancer. I'm gonna put her name, guard. So I'll make that guarding her. Then I have a tree. Then my nephew passed away when my wife and I met. That's how we met. I was supposed to go to New York. I was supposed to go to North Carolina because he was passing away, and then they didn't let me on the plane. So I called her. Can I stay in your house in La Perla? She said yes. So that's how it all started. So had I gotten on that plane, we would have never seen each other. So I would have never gone to La Perla. I was drinking. So, what was I saying? So yeah. So. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So the gentleman left everything. So I look at everything and I'm going to do it, and it feels great doing it, and it feels great having your own place, bro. And like I said, God is great. Like I said, my wife and I came from a long place, man. We came from a lot, and she's still with me through the alcohol. She's still because that's all I did. I did alcohol. and she's still with me day in and day out, day in and day out. And they say I was obnoxious. My kid says, "Dad, you're still obnoxious." But when it comes nighttime, you seem to turn around, which could be true. I got to talk to my doctor about that. And I noticed that when it comes nighttime, I'm more relaxed than I am during the day. I don't know why. Yes, it feels great. In my other house, I had to ask the owner, could I have a dog? He said no. I asked the owner, could I do this? He said no. Yeah, I said, okay, could I do this? He said no. But yet, I always cut his grass. I always did this. I always did that. At the contract, like, you got to take care of the backyard. You got to take care of the front. If it snows, you got to shovel. Okay, fine, but I couldn't have the things that I wanted. Here, I can have whatever the fuck I want to. I can add whatever I want to. If I want to knock down this wall, knock down this wall. If I want to do this, I do that. Fuck it. If I want to burn the house down, I burn the house down. And I said, I don't want for insurance. I just wanted the house burnt. You know, so it's good. So, you know, it makes you feel good to say, you know, you have your own place. This is you. This is your house. You know, so it's the same thing. If you're paying for an apartment, it's not yours. Then you're paying for a house that is yours. Even though some people say, "Oh, but the bank goes." Who gives a shit about the bank? I don't care about the bank. I pay the bank, and the bank leaves me alone. I'm not the bank, the lender. I pay the lender leave me alone. That's what I did with my stimulus money. With my stimulus money, I took my stimulus money and I paid 6 months in advance. I made sure that the money, because my sister told me, make sure that the money doesn't go in interest. That it goes towards the towards the mortgage. So that's what I did. I called in. I said, listen, how many months can you give me for me to pay? Can I pay 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? Because at certain lenders, they only do 3 months, let's say, or they do 2 months. From what my sister told me. So when I called in my lender, the lender said, you can pay as many months as you like. So that's what I did. I paid 6 months in advance. So I don't have to pay anything until when? Boom. Until November. That is true, Jimbo. So I don't have to pay until November. So what I do is, so the money now that I'm supposed to pay, right, for the mortgage, I'm going to hold it. I hope my mortgage is $492. So I'm going to hold every month $492 in the bank, right? Boom, 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 boom. Come November, I pay another 6 months. So now I don't have to worry November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I don't have to worry about till next May. And yes, Jimbo, and it is true. I said, and people don't realize sometimes that the price isn't the difference. Yo, you know how much, put it this way, the HIV program was paying in New York for me. And the HIV program was paying $2,200 a month for a 4-bedroom. And those 4 bedrooms were small. $2,200 a month. Right? $2,200 a month. Here, I paid $492 a month. That's including taxes. My taxes are $592. I got to sign in this year. I got to send before June, send in the paperwork so they can exempt some of the taxes because my wife is handicapped. So they do give you a discount if you're handicapped or you're over 65 years old. And they do give you that. So that even though they probably even lower the taxes. So that's even great. $492, that's not bad. And if you have no people coming in, no people not moving in, people not building anything new around here. So the taxes are going to stay the same. Actually said, can you pay 6 months in advance? I tried. Haven't have banks send them a check. No, what I did was I called them and I asked first. And then the guy was working from home. And I asked, listen, how many months in advance can I pay? And he looked at the computer, or he said, well, let me look for it. And he says, you could do 3 months. You could do 3 months. And I said, okay, sure? Okay, fine. So I do 3 months when I get the money. So when I got my stimulus check, he said, I asked him, how much can I do? He goes, let me check. He said, oh, you can pay as much as you like. I said, I want to pay, but I don't want to pay the interest on it. I want to pay the mortgage. So he said, okay. You look into it, and he said, okay, you can pay as much as you want. So I said, cool. So I first paid $5. And I said, now let's make it 6. There's no difference, $492 more, right? So I paid the whole 6 months. And then the following day, I looked at it. I looked at my bill because on the online app, and I don't have my next payment. It's not until November the 1st. So I saved all that money up, and then I'll do it again in another 6 months. I said, no more. Now what I would like to do is get a little side hustle, so I can pay the interest because that the most of the house goes is on interest rate. If I can come, if I can one day, which I probably will end up doing, but I got to do it soon. I'm not going to wait 5 years to add on another up to back. Is refinance. If I can refinance it now or in a few months, refinance before I get to the year, and then have that PMI out, I think that'll be great. Yeah, I did. I did. I made sure that, bro. Make sure. I'm sure you should do. I won't show you my address, but you see what it says here. What's my next payment? 492, 11/1/2020. I scrolled it up because I had my address. I don't want psychos. You see? And look at the house. You see how much it cost? So that's what I did. So I made sure that happened before anything else. You know, my mama didn't raise no fool. Well, I don't know anything about this. So my sister was the one that actually told me to do it, to check on it. Because you know, that's 6 months of hassle free that I don't have to worry about mortgage. It's $492. I could do DoorDash one day a week or 3 times a week, and I make my mortgage money right there. Because my wife told me, she said, "Baby, I don't want you to work too much. I want you to be with me. I want you to enjoy the house. You know, I want us to enjoy the house." And it's true. I'm 48 years old. I started late, right? And I don't want to be honest with you, I don't want to work behind a desk that I'm not happy with, busting my ass for 40, 50 hours a week. And when I come home, I'm tired, I'm cranky, and all this kind of crap. And I don't enjoy my house. And then I get to be 70, 80 years old, and then I died. What did I get to enjoy about this house? Nothing. So I want to be able, I have my father. When I say my father, I mean my stepdad. He's my father. My real dad passed away 2 years ago. And my real father, all he did was work his whole entire life from probably when he was born. And he never went to a trip. He never took a cruise. He never went to another country. He only went to Canada once. He drank for 25 years. He may, in his lifetime, he may have enjoyed it, but he didn't enjoy us. He didn't enjoy us. He enjoyed his other kids, but he didn't enjoy me. He didn't enjoy my sister. He didn't enjoy my brother. He didn't enjoy us. He didn't, for me, he enjoyed life. He didn't even come to my wedding, bro. Because he said he had to work. I said, really? You retired. You work as a security guard. You can't take one day off. They pay you $40 to come see your son. He said, "Oh no." So I left it at that. But at least my dad was there, right? My mom was there, and that's what mattered to me anyway. My mother-in-law was there. My family that matters to me were there. I would like to have been more people, but it doesn't matter. But it hurt me a little bit, but it is what it is. And when I went to see him, he was in his hospital bed. You know, I to myself, I said, I forgive you. I forgive you. I didn't want to see him die. Alone. And I forgave him. He never asked for forgiveness because he was that type of man. He was very hard with his feelings. I know he didn't want to die because when I asked him, my sister said, "What we gonna do with his stuff?" And I asked him, Victor, that was his name, Victor. what you do with your car? Who do you want to hear to? He started crying. I don't want to talk about that. So you knew he was afraid of dying, but for him to apologize to you, say, son, I'm sorry for but not being there, that was never going to happen. And it didn't happen. But that's okay, though, because I cannot expect something from no one that's never been given that to. His mother never probably gave him, told him, I love you. His father never probably gave him a hug. So he doesn't know how to show that affection. So in that aspect, I forgive him for that. So I don't expect you to give me something that you don't know how to. So that's cool with me. That's cool. But I try to do the same thing with my kids. I talk to, even though they're hard-headed, I don't know why they're hard-headed. I try to give them good advice, but sometimes they don't take my advice. And I tell you this because I love you. I tell you these things because my parents never sat down with me and told me about these things. And life is going to be hard regardless of what you do or you don't do. But as your father, I'm trying to teach you so this is where you can, so that pain, so you can ease that pain, so you know what to do when that comes. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they think they know the world. You gotta let them hit. You gotta let them hit rock bottom. But as a father, that hurts. They hit rock bottom because they don't pay attention to you. And had they pay attention to you, then the shit wouldn't happen in the first place. There are certain things that are inevitable that's going to happen regardless, right? No matter what you try to do, they're going to happen. But it's how you pick yourself up from that, and you keep on walking with your head up high and say, you know what? I'm not going to let this bother me. It's a downfall. It's over and it's done with. Fuck it. Live and learn. Yeah, it did, because when I did that, I slept. He passed away. I don't know. I don't know. This is bad, but it lifted so much out of me. That's why I was getting a lot of anxiety attacks, because maybe my mom told me that my dad did a lot of bad things to me as a kid, and I don't remember them, and I don't want to remember them, and maybe that's why I get anxiety attacks sometimes. But when he passed, it just lifted a relief from me, and I slept good. I really have. Not now, because I'm usually 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning watching them playing baseball games. Because there ain't no baseball to play, so I play PlayStation. But I forgave, and that's the most important part. You live and learn, bro. Exactly. It's not how many times you fall; it's how many times you pick yourself up. There's nothing. Let me tell you something. It's I tell people, you cannot, when you're an alcoholic or you're a drug addict and you're recuperating and you're becoming the new person, you cannot let. I hate it when people say, "Oh, I went back to drinking because my wife left me. I went back to drinking because I lost my job. I went back to doing this. I went back to doing that." So that means you never wanted to leave anywhere in the first place. Because let me tell you something. My experience, I can tell you this for a fact, that no matter what happens to me, I will never, ever pick up a drink again. Never. Because I know that if I pick up one drink, I'm just going to continue on drinking. And I've sacrificed so much. I've been sober for 6 years. It'll be 7 years in June. I sacrificed so much to throw things away just for a drink. Nah. And now, don't get me wrong. I don't regret drinking, because had I drank, I would have never had my baby. I would have never had both of my daughters. I would have never had my wife. I would have never had my kids. There were a lot of things that would have never happened that happened. So the moment that I got now, I thank God for that. And as I'm reflecting, God has me here for a purpose. I should have been dead. I saw 2 years ago, a friend of mine passed away with drinking, and he was 4 years older than me. And I always told him, Louis, stop drinking, stop drinking. And I went to see him in the hospital in the Bronx. He was like this, bro. This cheeks are like this. I'm thinking about skeleton. And I wanted to cry inside, because as bad as I felt for him, I said to myself, that could have been me, man. Had I not stopped drinking, that could have been me. I could have been in that bed right now. My wife could have been crying me. My mother could have been crying. My daughter could have been crying me. And thank God I stopped. And my liver's fine. My kidney's fine. And I believe that, and I know, I just don't know what it is, but I know God has a purpose for me. And I know I just need to find it. And I ask every day for him to help me find it. I really do. Even if it means, because I love the word of God, even if it means me preaching the word of God to people. And I tell my wife, and my wife said, "You be a good preacher." I said, "Yeah, I'll be a good preacher, but they'll be lynching me, because I like to tell the truth. I like to tell the truth. I like to tell the truth about homosexuality. I like to tell the truth about alcoholism. I like to tell the truth about everything. I don't like leaving anything behind. And people don't like that." Yes, you have to force the mistakes are made to learn. That's part of life. You have to make mistakes to learn. No one's born perfect. You have to fall down because as you're falling down, that's how you learn. Okay, I lost $1 million doing this. So what did I do wrong? Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay, things didn't work out with my wife. So what was it that didn't work out with my wife that I can better? Oh, she says I'm an asshole. Okay, so how am I an asshole? So you figure those things out for yourself. So when you get in a relationship, either he was the asshole, and you say I'm never going out with another asshole like that, or you say I'm the asshole and I need things to change if I want to be happy, if I want to have a successful relationship. And that's the way it works that's the way it works in life anyway. You know? So you get down, boom, you get back up, clean yourself, boom, you get down, boom, you get back up. But it comes a time that you got to say to yourself, why am I falling? Why do I keep falling? Why do I keep falling? And that's when you say, wait, let me catch myself. I'm falling because of this. I'm falling because of that. I never gave an excuse. Oh, I drink because my father was an alcoholic or my mom drank. No, I drank because I fucking like to drink. And believe you me, I wish I could have a beer right now, but I know I can't. When I was drinking, I pawned my PlayStation. My PlayStation saw the pawn shop more than it played. It saw my hands. I bought my kids games. I pawned those, sold those, all that for drinking for what? We're not gonna take their money, save their money. We could have gone on a cruise. We could have done so many things, but I was just not thinking straight. I was just thinking of me. At that time, I was thinking of me, not nobody else but me. As long as I got what I wanted, that's all that mattered. You know, and it's a shame. But I learned. I learned a lot. I met a lot of great people while I was drinking. I met people who had true colors while I was drinking. Um, so I learned a lot. Alcohol taught me a lot. The streets of the Bronx taught me a lot. The streets of Puerto Rico taught me a lot. But I didn't live in the streets like I lived in. I didn't live in the streets like I lived in New York. New York made me. New York just, like I said to people, you can't play a player, man. You can't try to play me for a fool. What's wrong with you? But Puerto Rico showed me love. Puerto Rico showed me a lot of love. A lot of government agencies showed me love. The people that I worked with, the people that I was with the HIV, they were grateful with me. They showed me ways. You can get this, you can get that. In my 11 years living in Puerto Rico, I've never paid for rent because the program paid for it. And I paid one time. I was working for 6 months straight, and I paid. But they've been great, and I don't regret anything. And I'm happy with the people that I met. My circle of friends are very small. I try to put myself with people that have aspirations, have dreams, people that've been through a lot and want to go in places, even if they have bad past. I don't judge people because of that, because we all do make mistakes. But I've learned, and life has taught me a lot. And hopefully, I'm 48, and hopefully, God gives me another 30, 40 years in life so I can enjoy my wife, I can enjoy my kids. You guys will probably have another YouTuber to follow or something like that. But as we go on, as of today, I'm grateful that I have you guys here on my YouTube. I'm grateful that you guys have supported me through November when this all started until now that we're in May. We're May 2nd, and you guys are still here, which means a lot to me. You guys have told me, Jimbo has told me his problem. Axel has told me his problem. We got J Jerk. Thank God J Jerk 2020 has been sober for I think 2 months now. And that's because of us, because of Mansa, because of Jimbo, because of Axel, because we told him that he could do it. And when you get that kind of support, and that's what my channel is about, is to help other people. It feels great. So if in my channel, if 1,000 people don't want to come in and I can help and I help one person out, then I'm happy. It makes me feel good that J Jerk, when J Jerk 2020 tells me, hey, this is better than getting high. I've never felt like this before. And thank you guys. And that to me, it's gratification that we help someone, not me, because we did it collectively. And that's the point of this chat. That's the point of this group. That's the point of this show. That is the greatness of it. So, wow, and this room is 80 degrees. I like that clock. I like this because it's like a little small office. I'm gonna hook it up. And my daughter comes here, she gotta pay me rent. Well, guys, we've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is awesome, but I'm going to let you guys go. I'll be back tomorrow at 7. I'm trying to get Joe MC to be my host tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be our civil rights being violated. I want you guys to call in, because I like when you guys call in, and I like to hear your opinion, and I want other people to hear. I want other people to hear your opinions too, instead of typing. But if you guys feel comfortable typing, you can do that. I will get in contact with Morris Cohn today. I'll find out when she will be back on our show. She likes to do it once every month, so probably next week she'll be doing it. So I'll get in contact with her tonight, because she's 3 hours away. She said 3 hour difference. So I'm trying to get a lot of people into our show, so we can learn about different things. Like I have Ray Jones with the Ray, and he's been with us since November, around December. And he had the COVID, and I had him as a guest of COVID as a recovering patient. And now he's saying that his daughter and his son-in-law has it. So I pray for them. We all pray for them. So I'm trying to get people like that to come in. So, but anyway, guys, thank you guys all. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Safe weekend. Miss Joe, be safe. All right, man. I'm gonna see if I talk to her tonight, but let's see. But tomorrow at 7 o'clock, if our civil rights are being violated, what do you think? So think about that tonight. Look it up, Google it, do whatever you want to do. Peace out. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, Jimbo. Thank you, Axel, for your donations. I greatly appreciate it. May love, God bless, and put above all things, put God first. Amen.